Welcome to Module 3, New Literacy, Functional Literacy, and Multiliteracy.
Everyone, welcome to Ed 102. As you already know, what is literacy about from the previous reporters? At this moment, sit down, buckle up, and relax as I take you to another adventure of multiliteracy. Today, we will discuss what is multiliteracy in the educational reform, assessment of multiliteracies, and preparing teachers for multiliteracies. Is multiliteracy. The term multiliteracies was first used to encapsulate a wider view of literacy, taking into account the impact of the increase in communication channels and the prominence of cultural and linguistic diversity in the world.
Educational multiliteracies go beyond standard writing and speaking to include non-linguistic representation and ways of communicating, but it is not limited to the use of technology, and it is very useful in education right now. Multiliteracies in educational reform is the term for the goal of changing public education in the terms of educational practices, and the purpose of educational reform is to transform school structures with the aim of raising the quality of education in a country. Multiliteracy has multimodal ways of communication that includes communication between and among other languages using diverse channels and an ability to understand technology and multimedia. Multimodal dominant ideas around language, learning, and using a rich variety of the range representational and communicational modes involved in learning through image, writing, speech, or gesture. According to BISWAS 2014, asserted that our challenge for educators is to help students create a sustainable literacy development throughout schooling. So, multiliteracy reform is designed to engage the learner through focusing on the background and interest and better prepares for us to deal with the real world.
Next is assessment of multiliteracy.
Multiliteracy's assessment is about noticing what students are doing and then using that information to guide students towards new skills and knowledge. This will take a new adventure of students like me. Assessment practices in 21st century may need to be the biggest change in order for students to be successful in the future. As a student, people rarely work on create independently. We work on teams to contribute to tasks and solve problems. In this respect, teachers need to be incorporating assessment practice that reflect this type of work by integrating ongoing collaborative assessment in the project that students like us create, just like what Teacher Mark do. In traditional assessment, we use projects, groups, assessments, or assessment on doing reading for the entire class. How does teachers keep up with students' interest and effort to increase levels of achievement? I think multiliteracy may be an answer, because all skills that can't be measured with paper and pencil. However, I'm not suggesting to discard all traditional forms of assessment, but we need to expand doing multiliteracy because we are in the modern world. Assessments need to move away from rigid expectations and knowledge testing to project learning that promotes creativity through the use of multiliteracy. Also, this encourages growth through collaborative problem solving and typing new ideas. Preparing teachers for multiliteracies. We future educators and also to our teachers right now, encouraging and preparing us to face the real world. There are 4 components of multiliteracies in teaching. First, situated practice leads to students towards meaningful learning by integrating primarily knowledge. And overt instruction guides students to the systematic practice of learning process with tools and techniques. Third, critical framing teaches students to question diverse perceptions for better learning experiences. Fourth, transformed action teaches students to apply the lessons they learn to solve real-life problems.
Teaching multiliteracies can help preparing teachers blend and apply the four instructional process of multiliteracies to ensure successful teaching and advancing students' learning process. Teaching multiliteracies can inform, engage, and encourage students to embrace the multiplicity of learning practices.
In 21st century literacy takes an integrated approach, helping students understand how to access, evaluate, synthesize, and contribute to information. Preparing teachers be determined to first, encourage students to reflect regularly on the role of technology in their learning. 2. Give students strategies for evaluating the quality of information they find on the internet. Third, be open about one's own strengths and limitations with technology and invite students to help. Include a broad variety of media and genre of class texts. As a future teacher, teachers need both intellectual and material support for literacy instructions. To ensure that students in literacy classes have regular access to technology, must protect online learners and ensure their privacy. Teaching multiliteracies open new practices that creates for future literacy teaching and learning. Multiliteracies can also help teachers provide equal access to learning for all students and affect students learn to collaborate by sharing thoughts with others. With technology that we afforded in today's world and moreover into the future, we are capable of creating environments like this through online platforms. Multiliteracy is designed to engage the learner through focusing on the background and interests and better prepares them to deal with the world. It provides students with the choice and possible real-life applications and beyond writing. Multiliteracies is more than just understanding and decoding meaning from media. It is about embracing the complexities in the world's communication system. Today, we need to break down barriers of traditional education by incorporating multiliteracies. When incorporated properly, the barriers will come down. The barriers will come down just as they have for us in this course. Thank you for taking part for this wonderful lifetime adventure. Hope you will enjoy. Stay safe everyone and God